Hello all, Brian here. Now I've had a few of you ask about my sexy gaming wall, and a few of you wondering how did I do it, what are these little cubes made up of, how much did it cost, how did you get it up like this, and all that jive. So I wanted to do this video to show you all how you yourselves can have a sexy gaming wall, how to set it up, and it's really actually quite easy, so I hope you enjoy. And I was originally looking in the entertainment section, where they've got, you know, the entertainment racks for CDs and DVDs. I think they hold like 700 some, and it's like $90 for these things. It was way too expensive, so I started looking around the store and I came upon these, which the brand is called Closet Made, and this is a 6-cube mini cubicle. The really nice thing about these units is that they're going to hold under 110 CD style jewel cases and about 72 DVD style cases, which for the price is much better than you're going to find the CD DVD entertainment type racks. Part of the reason those are so expensive is because they're labeled as such, while these are just labeled as mini cubicles. They don't really have a specific name to them. Although if you look on the box, there is a small little lettering there that says for CDs or DVD storage. I will tell you that not all Targets have these. All Targets will usually have the big racks for your magazines and books, but not all will have the minis. You might also find these at Dillon's and Kroger stores if you have them in your area. But I looked at these, and the retail price on this was $14.99 and on sale for $12.99. Now something you also might notice is instead of just using the 6 cubicles inside, I also use the top space on top of the shelf for more storage. It's not really meant for that, but the way I've stacked these together, it allows me to have a whole nother area of space to put games on, which makes it that much more economical. Now the one caveat of these units is that they don't allow you to store anything bigger than CDs or DVDs. So, for instance, my Saturn games are, well, you know, a little too big to go in there. So what I ended up doing is, on all the spaces between the two units, and like I said, I used the top of every other unit for storage, I made them the exact size of a Sega Saturn game, because I figured that this long box type of game would be the biggest I'm going to have. So then it allowed me to not only store, of course, the normal CD, DVD size, but I could store bigger items when normally I couldn't in this kind of setup. So I would highly, highly suggest that to you, because it's going to, again, allow you to store these kind of games that you normally wouldn't be able to. Special edition DVDs, stuff with slip covers, stuff that is irregularly sized, like special editions of games, presented me with a little problem. But I came up with an idea that I think is pretty cool. I don't know if you already noticed this, but this is a little display case here. Take this off. All this is just a simple frame holder that you'll find at Hobby Lobby or any craft store. They come in a lot of colors. I personally like this kind of brushed metal steel look. Some of them come in this kind of wavy pattern. And then all you do is put your DVD or whatever it is that can't normally fit, and since it's leaned back, right there, you're able to fit it in. It gives it a little bit of a highlight, you know. I personally like this because not only does it allow me to fit these in here, but it also kind of gives a break to the monotony of all these side-facing DVDs. So kind of cool option there, and you can do that to highlight games throughout your collection, which is kind of a neat idea. What you're going to need to do is just go to your wall, measure it out, you know, just measure out the square footage you've got, throw it up on a computer program. If you've got some sort of CAD program, if you've got anything that can measure inches or in some way, you know, for you calculate how much space you have, I would really suggest that. Plus, you can also mark on there where your electrical outlets or any kind of outlets that may block the cubes, so that you can put them over it without having to do any kind of customization to the cubicles themselves. Now after you get all that done, you've got everything marked up on your wall, you're going to want to build all the units, of course, and then start marking where you want to put them up at. My suggestion would be, after you get the first one done, start putting it up in the top left-hand corner and just kind of go from there. The only thing originally holding this up when I put this together is this little triangle bracket here. And if you can see here, there's this little plus sign. I'll put my finger just so you can see it here. It's a little plus sign, and that's what holds the unit in. You would take a screw here. I'm going to look from behind, but essentially you know what I'm getting at. You put it on in here, and then it would hang from this area. It would hang from here, holding all the weight. One of the things I was scared with these units is that they're only meant to hold like 20, 25 pounds or so. And with me stacking things on top of these units as well, I knew these weren't going to last. I mean, I had at one point, one of these was actually starting to tear away from the wall because it's just not meant to hold that much weight. So I was going to need to do a little modification. And these are something, if you're going to go this route and really put a lot of weight on them, go this way and you're going to be able to use them for whatever you want to. What I did was I ended up taking and buying some of these washers. These are standard number 8 flat washers, nothing fancy. But what these do is they allow you to put your screw in here, and then you put the washer on top. So instead of this just depending on you resting a screw on top, this actually allows you to put a washer on it, so that instead of it holding the weight down, it actually will only now be holding the weight front and back. It's only going to be holding it on the wall, because I implemented a new device to hold the weight, which were these little simple L brackets, zinc plated L brackets. Get them in any hardware store, 20 a piece. And what I did was, like I said, I put the screws in to the top of these plus signs, and then on the second area, which to me has more strength, what you're going to do is you're going to have these on here, get yourself a level, okay, make sure you're level, and then physically raise your shelf just slightly. I mean, we're talking 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch, okay? You can raise it on each side, or if you have somebody to help you. Once you've got that done, okay, and you've got these brackets, we're looking at the wall's right here. You're going to just take a pencil and mark this up here, right? We're going to mark our holes both here and on this side, mark our holes. You're going to take this off. You're just going to pre-drill your holes. And then I went a little overboard. I got these 80-pound anchors because I was determined that if anything was going to break, literally the press board would break before these would get wet. So that's a little overkill. You can go a little less than that, but get you some strong anchors, and again, some good screws. Put them on in there, and then once you have these in here, okay, on the bottom ones, get a little guide screw, put them down there, just so these won't go back and forth on you and mess up. And so, like I said, those washers are going to go here, like we talked about, so that now that this is raised up, the screws are no longer sitting right in these grooves. It's actually a little bit under it, but those washers allow you more space for this, so that essentially your screws aren't going to fall out of this hole in the center here. Instead of falling out this hole, that washer is going to keep them there because it gives you a little more surface area to stick to. So do that for the rest of your shelves and do it all the way there, and I'm telling you, these things have been up for, I want to say, a few months now, and I've got tons of stuff on them with no issues. So here's what my modification looks like without one of the shelves on it. Now if you look up here, we've got the screws that were originally used to mount the shelf with, and again, they just hang on and mount, and that's the only thing holding them up there. And that's really about it. You just do the same thing you did to the first shelf, but do it to the rest of them, and you've got yourself a sexy gaming wall ready to go. That, and it's going to be strong, it's not going to fall down in the middle of the night, and it's a heck of a lot less expensive than buying those dedicated CD, DVD racks that go for 80, 90 bucks. For the price you pay there, you get maybe 600 to 700 CDs, where for $12.99, just one of them, you can store up to 150 CDs. So you do the math, add it up, it's a much better deal. Even for, let's just say, 130 bucks, you bought 10 of them. Right there is almost 1,200 CD storages on your wall, which looks a lot nicer than having a floor unit, and you'll be proud of yourself all the while. So I hope this video has been informative for you. Hope you've gotten something out of it, and if you've got any further questions or comments about how to get this whole thing done, shoot me a message or throw a comment in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.